I am peaking in the right time.
Australians will also compete in the decathlon, the women's 800 and the men's 1500. The only medals on offer on the first day of competition are for the 10,000 metres.
A 5-week defamation trial between Brittany Higgins and Higgins-Reynolds has started in Perth today. The outgoing Liberal senator is suing her former staffer over social media posts that she says defamed her. Ezra Holt has more.
Higgins-Reynolds walked into the Supreme Court flanked by her husband and her lawyers, telling reporters she's confident the truth will be told. It comes on the first day of a defamation trial. The outgoing senator accusing Brittany Higgins defamed her through social media posts. Higgins-Reynolds' lawyer Martin Bennett says his client was cast as a villain in Brittany Higgins' story of a political cover-up, telling the court none of it was true. In his openings, her lawyer also rubbished claims from Brittany Higgins that she was locked in a hotel room for 6 weeks working on the Liberal Party's campaign in WA, saying those allegations were false. Higgins-Reynolds is set to enter the witness stand next week, as the trial will likely continue into September.
While most drivers are doing the right thing, almost 80 motorists have been caught driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol in a major statewide traffic operation. Among them, a 35-year-old Mount Barker man who blew .253, which is 5 times the legal limit. Police say they will continue to target road users who make the wrong decision to get behind the wheel when drunk or on drugs. The Fair Work Commission says it's limited in its powers to investigate the alleged wrongdoings of the construction union. It's been tasked with the job of looking into the CFMEU's alleged shonky business dealings, but says it's struggling to get the evidence it needs. And now turning to FIVEAA Sport.
Meet Crows and Port AFL stars at Sportscard World's Trade Day this Sunday, Regent Arcade, Rundle Mall.
Carlton's not letting the hype around Scott Pendlebury's 400th game distract them ahead of tomorrow's match at the MCG. Coach Michael Voss says the Blues have other priorities, like building momentum heading into finals.
Yeah, I think that's sort of the larger motivation for us is about trying to get the best out of ourselves. If there's some added things along the way that come with that, then so be it. But they're certainly not our centre of focus. You know, our job is to try and get the best form we possibly can at this stage of the season.
Day 7 action at the Olympics in Paris will see the Boomers take on Greece in men's basketball, while the Fox sisters will go head-to-head in the kayak cross. And in the pool, Kaylee McKeon and Cam McAvoy will be chasing gold in their events early tomorrow morning our time. A final training session today for the Adelaide Thunderbirds ahead of tomorrow night's Suncorp Super Netball Grand Final against the Melbourne Vixens. And the draw for the next A-League men's season is out. Adelaide United will kick off its campaign at home against champions Central Coast Mariners on Saturday, October 26th. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Unleash the night at the Crazy Horse Review, where every show is unforgettable. Hindley Street.
Afternoon at Elizabeth, got a collision Main North Road near Phillip Highway. Breakdown at Dry Creek to look out for. The north-south motorway near the Putter Expressway. And a smash at Norfolk Vale, Main South Road near Randell Road. Agent Electrical Works at Savo Jeps Cross, Grand Junction Road near Balderstone Road. Got spooked at 40 with the camera at Goodwood Road at Candlelight Gardens. Amart's Good as Gold sale is on now. Save 20% off regular ticket price furniture store-wide when you spend over $2,499 or more. Strictly for a limited time only, so hurry into Amart. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Checking the FIVEAA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 6 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 16. Partly cloudy on Sunday, 17. And for Monday, cloudy and 16. Right now it is 15 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, Dream Team, Australia's Fab Four dominate in the women's relay, claiming gold. See the special poolside moment with Queen Mary. Plus, a gender storm erupts in Paris after a boxer's 46-second win. Also tonight, ambulance ramping at Adelaide hospitals reaches an all-time high. And the end of the Aussie Shout. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Streaming live via the FIVEAA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is FIVEAA, always Adelaide. The FIVEAA Sports Show.
Get around the little bar!
Stephen Rowe and Tim Jennifer.
Pick the beauty! Yeah, good afternoon. It's 8 minutes after 4 on a jam-packed footy Friday for Rusden Wines in the Barossa Valley, home of the Blackgut Shiraz, rusdenwines.com.au. But I can assure you today has got much more than just footy in it as I welcome Timmy and Rowey.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Yes, Rusden's are huge, but they don't own the Barossa, mate.
Wouldn't that be amazing, though?
They are close. Don't worry about that. Hey, thanks for joining us on this fantastic Friday. Huge weekend of football. We know that the results of this weekend really do go towards shaping what's going to happen in September. So massive, massive games, and we'll be covering off those as well. But Olympics, of course, is here as I welcome Stephen Rowe to the show. Stephen, how's your Friday been? I'm up and about. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, look, I just love the Olympics, and I think the further it goes, the more you get embroiled in it, the more I now look at what's on tonight. So I know the men's basketball's on. I know the hockey's on at 8:30. There's a good game of footy on. Right. Bulldogs v Melbourne. I might flick onto that on 7. I don't know when it starts at 6:45.
Yeah,
I might watch the first 2 minutes.
Plenty of time because you'll be able to sort of swap between the diving.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
The AFL. So have a look at that. Yeah. I'll flip through. But you're right. A big event schedule. And just to touch on some of it. Men's golf, we got Minwoo Lee and Jason Day playing. Good. So that's in half hour. 4:30 that starts, so that's off and about. You got rowing, you got the basketball 3-on-3, athletics start.
Yes.
So this is going to be, we'll have Tasman Lewis-Manu on shortly. Good. She'll give us a bit of a rundown on what's happening, but men's decathlon, women's high jump, we got people in these events, women's 100 metres. So a lot happening there. Still more swimming heats, which lead into some relays as well. Diving, men's tennis semis, but we're not in that, unfortunately. Popperin just dropped out, unfortunately. By Zverev.
Zverev.
Yeah, beat him. We've got men's hockey, Australia-India. This is huge. This has been a rivalry that's been going for probably
decades.
50 years, I
probably
reckon.
Longer,
yes. And it's fantastic rivalry and a good one. So I'm looking forward to that game. The basketball men take on Greece. This is a must win.
What time's that? 9:30.
That is 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Adelaide time. So
come on.
Got to take on the Greece.
We're taking on the Greek
freak. It's
going to
be huge. So it's a massive night. Boxing at 11 o'clock as well. The canoe Salem. I think we just heard that
the Fox sisters,
Noemi Fox and Jess Fox, will be taking one another on. So it's a massive night of sport tonight.
Because you've been working on your linguistic skills.
I have.
Can you name the Greek freak's name for us?
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Oh, there's
Tony Malakalis, you're talking about.
Demis Roussos.
I haven't got it in front of me, so I'm not going to attempt to say
Demis Roussos.
But I do remember.
Sam prides himself.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And he ticked himself.
Yeah.
Oh, you big noter.
Are you serious?
He ticked himself.
Are you serious? He's ticked himself.
He's ticked himself.
Oh, that is unbelievable. You're giving yourself the belt.
When you get the power, you get to utilise it.
Who are you, Lorne Braun? You know, Lloyd Braun.
Host your show, Tim. Come on.
Gee whiz, I tell you.
You've jumped the shark, mate.
Well, you remember Basil Scarsella at Channel 7, the mayor of Perth. He tried to say it once, didn't he?
Oh, Basil Zemplis. He had a nightmare.
Basil Zemplis, sorry.
That was funny.
Murdered it, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't do a very good job.
Poor bugger.
A bit like what I do every show.
Which is awesome. Hey, Olympics, the 4x200 metre women's relay. We had a great team. There's no doubt about
gold.
That. But it won gold, and we'll lead from the front. Ariane Titmus, here she is on the team win.
I'm really proud of this group. We've wanted this this relay. I was disappointed with how I swam in Tokyo. I personally felt like I let the team down, and so this was a bit of a personal vendetta for me to come back and really play my role in the team, but also do it for our country.
Yeah, awesome. And I think to win together, it's a really nice moment, especially for Ariane and Molly Callahan.
I love how our Aussies want to play and swim in that team, in those team events.
I love it.
You have a look at the Americans, the French, the Russians and all of them. I know Russia's not there. They very rarely get their bests in there unless they think they can win. We want to swim as a team.
Yeah, which is great, and I love it. And,
that's Australian for you.
Brett talking about his lad Kyle Chalmers yesterday,
saying
he loves it. He'll put his hand up.
Well done.
Well done. The Opals defeated Canada last night by 5 points, so keeps us alive because even if we don't, I think we get over the French. If we don't, it's the next best third team that goes through. So we needed probably a bigger win, but I think it comes down now. We're going to just have to beat the French. Now, that's going to be a big task, I reckon. They're in real good form. We played better, but I've got to say the first half there was some turnovers and things that were a bit ugly. It was ugly, to say the least, but it's a win. It's an ugly win and we'll take it. So the massive talking point that come out of the Olympics in day.
This is awful.
It is. I'd cross with the Brecky boys today.
I heard that this morning.
And Pembo was probably the best description of it, but he reckons that, we got a chance of Mike Tyson putting on some lippy and he, getting in the ring. It's dangerous.
I've seen
stuff.
a meme of that.
So Angela Carini took on the Algerian transgender Iman Khalif. Now, just have a listen to this. This is her post-match.
Non ce l'ho fatta a portare a termine il match, ho sentito un forte dolore al naso e ho detto basta, va per me stessa, perché ho detto poteva essere il match della mia vita.
So that was obviously in Italian.
Yeah,
but
can you roughly translate that?
Well, it's on the front page of every sport paper in the world. So this is Angela Carini, who survived 46 seconds against a transgender athlete. So that's a male transitioning into a female who has XY chromosomes and testosterone. We don't have to go through all of that. The IBF said she's right to box, and the governing body, the IOC said, well, okay, nothing to look at here, until a lady gets knocked senseless. Now, translated, it's this. It is just insane. It used to be the case that if you were a man beating up a woman, you went to prison. And then she went on to say, I've never been hit that hard. She was in tears. They threw the towel in. She's got a broken nose.
Yeah, it's not right.
She said, I've never been hit that hard. That is just wrong on every aspect.
I just don't know how it got through the system. How it could have got through the IOC to be sanctioned?
Well, it's on them.
Is beyond me. It's on them.
The failing is on
100%.
them. It's not on this Algerian boxer.
No,
the Algerian boxer wants to represent a country.
Yeah, but that's not on.
No,
yeah.
that is just deplorable.
And it's not actually. There's no way this is in any way having a shot at anybody that wants to transgender. Of
course it's not.
Is in the middle of that transition. That is no dramas.
But don't be an Olympian.
But what's just happened here, you can't allow that again.
Well, it's a lose-lose-lose. The IOC lose. The poor little Italian lady. She's the world's best boxer for her weight.
Yeah.
And Iman, the Algerian boxer, she loses.
Yeah, it's not right. So we'll see how that one plays out, because I tell you what, they've got to get it right from this moment onwards.
But
no doubt about that, because it's dangerous.
This boxer will box on. That's the other thing in this Olympic Games. Does not get taken out. So the IOC released a statement today saying eligibility rules should not be changed during ongoing competition. Any rule change must follow appropriate processes. That's the other part to it, the controversial side.
She'll go on and win.
Now that this has been identified, it's still allowed to continue.
Yeah, no, it's got to be shut down immediately.
But
simple as that, Sam. So,
yeah.
No,
we would.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you
Get on it, be strong. Okay, football. It's still happening. It's a massive weekend, as we said. Now, we've been talking a lot about the Crows versus Geelong, and that it's, I think, 21 years since they won down there in 2003. Well, Scotty Burns was interviewed, and he said, well, you know what, history? You're living in the past, man.
We don't look at history from a long time ago. You don't look at that too much. It's always recent history. So, the last 2 or 3 times we've played, what matchups have individual players had, where have we exposed them, where have we looked good, where have they beaten us. So we look at those immediate things more so than going back 20 years. It's probably the last 3 or 4 games over the last 2 years that we'll look at closely. And more important than that is their last 4 to 5 weeks, which have been incredibly solid.
So, yeah, I think from a coach's point of view, they've got to live in the immediate, don't they? They've got to, yes, look at maybe the last time you played them there and what you could do better, but you don't go back in 21 years, do you? That's
now,
fair.
4 really good ins, experience and talent. Dawson's probably their best player. Crouch, their best inside mid. Worrell should have been in last week, wasn't, but is now, which is great. And Murray. So 4 good ins. The selection tells me they still want to win as their number 1 priority.
Yep.
So development's parked.
Well, they've still got a lot of those lads in, though, haven't they?
Well, they do. And you've got to get a balance.
Yeah.
You've got to get a balance.
Hugh Bond and the Zach Taylors in the world.
I wouldn't have put Matt Crouch in.
Okay. So that's you're talking future. That's what you're talking. Yeah. Well, Matt Crouch is in, and here is Scotty Burns on why.
Sometimes hard to get a gauge on how quick some players will improve, but it's a credit to Crouchy. We know how professional he is, and certainly our medical team and staff and Burjo as well, our high performance team, to be able to get him back out. You don't necessarily as a player want to finish the end of the year in round 10 or 12. It's nice to get back the last 2 or 3 games.
There you go.
Well, I got a couple of reads on that. Full credit to Crouchy first. To come back, the what and the will of him, up until he was injured, was probably leading the BNF.
Yep.
Certainly in the top 3. It'd be interesting to see that. And could not have done any more to come back. He's a competitor, and I love him. He's a leader, and they're a better team with him in it. But there's no way he'd have played this week after being 8 weeks out and having influenza last week if they didn't get smoked by Hawthorn by 11 goals. So for me, it's got a touch of panic about this selection, because here's the knock-on effect for me. A selection about scoreboard and not development at this time of year with 4 weeks to go worries me. It does worry me. And if he starts, which he is, he's named in the middle, I get that. But Berry spits out, or more worse, Curtin, I think Berry will go. And Dan Curtin, I mean, why would you not start him? So I'll be interested to see who the sub is. Because if he's in, it can only be one of those two as the sub.
No, good call. On the Port Adelaide front, they've got a huge game against Sydney here Saturday night. Ken Hinkley was asked about Todd Marshall. How close?
No, he's really close. He's done the main training session and just didn't quite pull up as well as we would have liked, and we've been learning all the way through the year, and we're not going to take a chance. So we'll make sure that we do everything we can and get him back as soon as we possibly can. Optimistically, we think that will be next week, but we thought that may have been this week too. So.
Yeah, we've got Luke Kelly coming on, midfield assistant. We'll ask him a few questions about that and maybe where Radagalia may play this week.
Got one. Alia's 150th. Well done.
Correct.
That's fantastic. He becomes the first South Sudanese player to reach 150 games, and he's such a role model for everyone. But here's the stat I want to read to you. He has never played in a losing game against his old club, Sydney.
Well done.
He's 8 from 8.
Thanks for that.
Why did you do that?
Rowey, you did it.
You buttonhead.
Buttonhead.
But I agree.
Well, don't let him make a comment about the next one.
He's 8 from 8, Timmy.
No,
agree with this,
Don't
Tim.
let him make a comment on the other one. Sam, I'm going to speak directly to you. The Thunderbirds are playing in their grand final at the Entertainment Centre against the Vixens, 6:30 Saturday night. We've got tickets to give away. Keep listening on.
Yes.
Georgie Horgis, a little champion. Here she is on the Entertainment Centre, being their fortress.
I think it's been a bit of a fortress for us this year. We haven't lost, so touch wood, we can do that this weekend.
Oh,
Can I cheer, but...
You can cheer.
You, Thunderbirds!
Up, boy.
No. And honestly, the hottest tickets in town.
Oh, yeah.
Do not switch off.
We will have them for you to give away soon. Tanya Obbs, the coach of the Thunderbirds, will join us later in the show. So will Warren Tredrea in studio, Adam Kelly and Luke Kelly from Crows and Port Adelaide, Terry McAuliffe, and we'll cross to Paris after the break, Tamsin Lewis-Manu. With the track and field beginning, massive week ahead in the athletics in the Olympic Games. Port Locker Room tickets too, and a bottle of Black Guts to give away. It's 20 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
For another year, we're getting behind Hutt Street Centre and Catherine House with our Undie Drive, raising funds to provide clean underwear for those who are less fortunate.
A clean pair of undies is something we often take for granted, and with winter well and truly here, these people desperately need our help.
And this year, there's more ways than ever to get involved, so keep listening to 5AA for how you can get involved, or head to 5AAUndiedrive.com.au to donate.
McGain Property Management, the kind of property managers that ensure your home is looked after inside and out.
Hello, Cherry. I'm listening. Don't miss Southern Cherry's latest finance offer across the Cherry Tiggo 7 Pro range with 5-star ANCAP and a 7-year warranty. And the finance rate? Well, that's too low to share on radio. You'll just have to ask the team at Southern Cherry yourself.
Approved applicants only. Credit criteria, fees, charges and terms and conditions apply. Finance is provided by Allied Retail Finance Proprietary Limited. ABN 39651319774. Trading as Cherry Motor Finance. Australian Credit Licence 483211.
Learn more at Southern Cherry.
Make it, build it, live it. It's the philosophy Rendition Homes have believed in for over 30 years. To make it, right from the start, you're involved with all design, colours and selections of your dream home. To build it, Rendition Homes use only the best quality artisan tradespeople to craft your dream home. And to live it, simple. It's where you get to enjoy family life that you've always wanted in your dream home. That's make it, build it, live it. The Rendition way. renditionhomes.com.au.
CMAX needs the help of everyday heroes to participate in a clinical trial, testing a potential new treatment for COVID. If you're aged 18 to 60 and generally healthy, you may be eligible to participate. Spend 2 periods of 3 nights at CMAX, attend 3 follow-up visits, and get paid for your valuable time. Want to learn more? Visit our website and look for the COVID study at cmax.com.au. That's cmax.com.au.
Hi, it's David Penberthy here with Martin Penny from Paint Professionals. Is it true that your dad actually painted for the royal family?
Yes, my father was handpicked to paint the Queen's bedroom, Charles and Di's honeymoon suite. Whether you're in Wayville or Morphett Vale or Springfoot or Glenelg, it really doesn't matter. To us, everybody deserves that same treatment.
So get your whole home painted or just a room. Get in touch like we did with Marty and his incredible team at Paint Professionals. Visit paintprofessionals.com. gardengrove.com.au. Paint professionals, brush with the best.
Get the garden you want at Garden Grove, with everything from the ground up. Plants and instant lawn, mulches, soils and bark, landscape and building materials, hardware, pavers and more. There's a playground for the kids while you enjoy coffee or lunch in the cafe. Garden Grove, Golden Grove Road, Golden Grove. Open 7 days. Phone 8251 1111 for delivery to your area.
Garden Grove, a garden that I want.
The way we connect with listeners is changing. Radio, podcast, streaming, in-store, and the way to connect your business with millions of Aussie listeners every week is at Amplify. August 27 and 28 at Jama's Restaurant, Bowden. Tickets are free, but you need to register at audiorsvp.com.au. Hear how audio can change the way you do business for the better. Register now at audiorsvp.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes after 4, we're going to cross to Paris momentarily. The track and field is about to begin, which we're excited about. Get up to 40% off winter coats, jumpers, jackets and knitwear at Ignition for men while stocks last. Let's check your traffic.
G'day there, smash at Elizabeth look out for Main North Road near Phillip Highway. Urgent electrical works at Jeps Cross, Grand Junction Road near Balderstone Road, speeds at 40. Slow for works at South Brighton, Brighton Road near Broadway, and getting busy at Seaton, Frederick Road near Matthews Avenue. Cameras Anzac Highway, Ashford and Duthie Street at Malvern. Make the most of Volkswagen's ultimate Amarok sale event to the maxed out Amarok Adventurer with a $3,000 factory bonus. Ends September 30. T's and C's and exclusions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yes, I'll tell you what, the Olympics is delivering. I'm loving it. I'm that engrossed in it at the moment. And tell you
best
what,
is about to start.
Our next guest, I do like her being on the coverage because she's one of the most energetic, electrifying, and just, it makes you lift up and just feel good about yourself. Yeah. It is Tamsin Lewis-Manu. G'day, mate.
Hey, how you guys going?
Excellent, my friend. Now, the track and field, it's one of the most, what would you say? It's traditional Olympic stuff. The athletic starts. What are we expecting today?
Well, the real Olympic starts today, right?
Like it, yeah. Well, the traditional,
actually,
you could say,
yeah. Got to be honest. Jemima Montag was absolutely brilliant. She got us off to such a wonderful start for the track and field team. But we have such a good team. We're coming into these Olympic Games fresh off, winning 6 medals at the World Championships. And so there's a lot of hype around our athletes, and we have genuine medal chances. We have lots of final hopes. And today, our first event, men's decathlon, Ash Maloney and Dan Golubovich, Ash, as a teenager, 20-year-old, he won his Olympic medal, the bronze medal, and it was a bit of a shock. So he comes into this decathlon with people knowing who he is. He's had a pretty indifferent last 3 years with injuries, but I think that's pretty normal, part of the course for the event. The decathlon's very, very difficult. So, and overnight we've just found out that the world record holder, Kevin Mayer from France, has unfortunately pulled out. So
wow.
It's big news here in France, but for Ash Maloney, that just gives us a little bit of a bounce in our step, knowing that maybe, just maybe, he can push for that rostrum again. But after that, we've also got the women's high jump qualification this morning with Eleanor Patterson and Nicola Ollie-Slagers. So we've got a lot of hope this morning in the opening round on the track here.
Yeah, I watched the walk and I watched the triathlon as well. What's the weather like? Is it humid? Is it hot? Like, how difficult are the conditions for athletes?
It's so similar to Melbourne in terms of you go out the door and you do not know what you're going to get. It's really strange. But the humidity is always there. So even if you look on the TV screens and you see the fact that it's overcast, the humidity's there. So today it's a little bit cooler than it's been for the whole week, but it's meant to heat up as the day progresses to about 28 degrees. But yeah, it is still really muggy.
No particular order, but I'm very keen on these, Tams, and I'll start with teenager Claudia Hollingsworth in the 800. She is going to be something special.
Yeah, you know what? It's Claudia.
Claudia. Did I say Claudia?
Claudia. No, but you know what?
How do you get Claudia out of C-L-A-U? Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, they do these things to throw us in the comms all the time.
It's killing us at the moment.
Okay, so the young Cloud, how's she going to go?
Well, we want to get her name right because she's the star of the future. Yes, she's brilliant. I think we take our expectations off her shoulders because she's only a teenager. She's got the world under 20s after this, which will be her main focus. And I think for her, it's all about experience.
Good.
She's definitely a name that we're going to be thinking of coming to 2028 in LA and then a home Olympics in 2032. Beautiful. But that 800 metres with Abby Caldwell and Bissett as well, the national record holder. And, we unfortunately, Benderi Oboya, we had to leave at home because we have such strong depth in middle distance running at the moment. So the 8s go later today and they're ones to look forward to as well.
Because I'm a big rooster, I gravitate to him. Matt Denning in the discus, he's a super chance.
Oh, what a character. What a great role model in track and field. He's wonderful. And he's just missed that podium the last 4 years. And so we're really hoping that he can have a really good discus competition. He always brings his A game. In most major championships, he throws a personal best. And we're just hoping that his personal best will be enough to get him on that podium because he deserves a medal.
Jess Hull's the other one with Lyndon Hall in the 1500. And the track's purple. Will that favour them?
Yeah, purple.
Yeah, and Georgia Griffiths in that 1500.
Yeah.
Star power certainly in our women's 1500. Jess Hull has really come in as a form athlete, hasn't she? What she did, taking it up to face Kip Yeager, the world record holder, was unbelievable. So she loves running in France, we know that. And I think, as long as we can keep a little bit of calm around Jess, not put too much pressure on her, I think that she's a great racer. She's a championship performer. And she just looks so happy on the start line, which I do not understand how to do that before 1,500 metres.
Well, it'll be a lot different. I think Prince obviously designed it. Purple rain, purple track. Same thing, different area.
Purple.
Yeah.
Have you had a look at it, Tamsin?
Different. Yeah, have you seen it yet, Tamsin?
Yes, I'm here right now.
And
so the nerves are high. You can sort of sense the occasion is big right now. So I'm just about to get started the first event of the track program here in Paris Olympic Games.
Awesome, mate. We look
it's going to be fantastic.
We look forward to your coverage, mate, and enjoy the week. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to you during the whole comp.
Yeah, let me know. I'm around.
Excellent. Tamsin Lewis-Manu, our guest, and of course she'll be all over all the track and
very,
field.
Very good broadcaster.
I'm with you, though. I love watching all those, like discus, javelin and the like, and the long jumps, and it's all coming into it.
80,000-seat stadium, purple track. It'll be full on live and free on Channel 9. 9 Jam and 9 Now, every Olympic game streamed live and free.
Let's get to the headlines. Luke Kelly from Port next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. David Penberthy and Will Goodings. 5AA Breakfast.
What about that Chinese swimmer having a sook about Kyle Chalmers? His comments were absurd. He said, Kyle walked past him and didn't look at him. It's just crazy.
Yeah, entirely bizarre.
It's funny how such a big, powerful country can have such a sort of glass jaw, like a real persecution complex about things.
It's clearly a cultural difference.
It's funny, isn't it?
It's a total cultural thing.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
HDFU, China.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Kerry Turner with the latest news headlines. The crisis facing our health system has worsened, with ambulance ramping reaching a record new high. An Australian cyclist has been medically cleared to fly home from Paris. 3 Americans released as part of a prisoner exchange have now returned to the US. And in sport, final preparations for the Adelaide Thunderbirds ahead of tomorrow night's Super Netball Grand Final. Now checking 5AA traffic.
A few passing showers to take it easy on greasy roads on the drive home. Look out for crash at Elizabeth, Main North Road near Phillip Highway. Jabs Cross, urgent electrical works, Grand Junction Road near Balderstone Road, got speeds at 40, and slow for works at South Brighton Road near Broadway. Got a camera too at Dawes Road at Melrose Park. Amart's Good as Gold sale is on now. Save 20% off regular ticket price furniture store-wide when you spend over $2,499 or more. Strictly for a limited time only, so hurry into Amart. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast down to 6 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 16. Right now it's 15 degrees. More news at 5, and as it happens on 5AA.
Harris Scarf clearance sale is on now. That's right, massive clearance sale on now. Save big on bedding, kitchen, electrical and women and men's clothing. Deals won't last, so hurry before it's gone. Exclusions apply. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices.
Respiratory syncytial virus, known as RSV, is a contagious virus and the cause of respiratory disease among the elderly. Vaccines to fight the disease have been approved overseas, But Adelaide's Fusion Clinical Research is holding a trial to find a remedy for Australia. If you're over 60 and want to take part, contact Fusion on 7077 6996 or go to fusiontrials.com.au. You will be reimbursed for your time.
Put Adelaide's Luke Kelly next. He can warm himself up this winter with a few Coopers thanks to Sip and Save.
You're not wrong. This is a great promotion. Purchase, go to a participating Coopers 24-pack at Sip and Save. What you do, you get a token and you collect 3 tokens. You redeem it for a Coopers rugby jumper in store. Now, there's 6 different colours, all the colours of the range of the Coopers beers.
I love it.
So you got the orange for the mulled ale, you got the red for the sparkling.
Green for the Parla.
Parla, exactly. So it just goes like that.
Blue for the Pacific. How easy is that? And get this, right now, Cooper's Parla or the Pacific Ale, 24 packs, they're only $57.99 at Sip and Save.
Bargain. You've got to get straight in there. And you can always expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service, more stores. They're everywhere.
Yeah, it's easy. Sip and Save, there's more in store. Only available while stocks last. T's and C's apply. Please drink responsibly like me. For all the details, visit sipandsave.com.au.
It's SA's biggest cover-up, and thousands of pool owners all over South Australia are implicated. Who's at the centre of it? Walco, of course. Put your pool to bed for winter with a Walco Guardian pool cover. Made right here in SA, a Walco Guardian pool cover will preserve your chemicals, keep your water clean, and you won't need to run your pump. The savings are amazing. Join the great cover-up and get a Walco Guardian pool cover. Visit walco.com.au.
I'm a man on the scene.
Kia's most awarded SUV just got better with the refined 7-seat Kia Sorento. Now with a dual 12.3-inch panoramic display and Kia Connect technology. The Kia Sorento. Visit kia.com.au to find out more.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes to 5, Port Locker Room double. Just one more to give away this week. That's not too far away, but we have the very last 2 tickets to give away to the Adelaide Thunderbirds grand final tomorrow night. If you want them, stay listening to 5AA. We'll give them away shortly.
That you will. It's a big game. Port Adelaide playing Sydney here in Adelaide, just at Adelaide Oval, 7 o'clock. Get your tickets if you haven't done that. We've got the Port Adelaide midfield assistant, Luke Kelly, on the line. G'day, Luke.
Hey, boys. Thanks for having me.
Unchanged. That's a good sign.
Yeah, probably a rare sign.
Yeah.
So, no, we're looking forward to be able to, again, at this time of year, you're really trying to build some continuity, hopefully leading into a finals campaign. So we get our first chance this weekend.
Won the midfield battle last week against Quality. Really good game. Thought the second half they got down and dirty and gritty, and I loved it. They just did the basics well.
Yeah, I think when we're midfield are dealing with the sort of fundamentals of the game like they were in that second half, it really then just grows and allows the rest to flow. And we're really pleased. Obviously led by a few inside, especially Ollie Wines and obviously Will and Drew inside. So. The guys we do rely on, we're able to get to work.
There's a lot of interest externally on Todd Marshall. He wasn't selected, so was he not fit? If he was fit, would have he played in the sample? Where's he at?
Well, he got through training for the most part, but just didn't pull up well enough to think he was ready for an AFL game this week. So we expect him to get through a full week of training next week, and we expect him to put his hand up for selection next weekend.
I've asked nearly every Port person we've had on in the last few weeks what your best forward line looks like. Have you got that picture in your head, Luke?
Well, we probably just haven't had a chance to see it together, really. It's either been Charlie not quite there, Todd not quite there, obviously George earlier in the year, now we've seen Asava. There's probably, again, we're probably still searching for it at the moment. We'd like to see, again, a continuous 7 for a few weeks to see what it looks like. So we'll keep searching. We've got confidence in the guys we saw what they were able to do last week. We've got confidence on Saturday night that they'll be able to put a score on the board for us.
Sydney's midfield is simply off by the numbers. It's off individually and as a collective, as a group. What have you put that down to? What's the scouting tell you about what's up with them at the moment?
It sounds funny to say, but they've probably actually got too much quality. You know, they've had to bring Mills back in. They've brought Parker back in. I think what they're trying to do at the moment is find their best mix as a midfield group. They get another key piece in that with Rowey back tomorrow night as well. So, as off as they have been as a collective, we know how good they have been as a collective as well. And to be honest, that's probably what we're preparing for. You know, you don't sort of keep that quality midfield down for too long. So we're gonna stick to sort of rounds 1 to 15 and treat them like that.
So when they were flying, obviously all their numbers were up and the like. What have you noticed in the last month that perhaps has fallen away from their game that was there when they won 10 in a row?
Oh, there's probably, in terms of pressure around the football at times, and again, when you're changing personnel a little bit in there, that can be the first thing that goes. Whether it's in your front half, you just lose 1 or 2 in your personnel or around the ball, that can be the first thing that goes. But in saying that, you know, they haven't taken any out; they've just added to it. So I feel like tomorrow night we're expecting their pressure to be right up around the football again. As I said, Rowbottom adds back in with leg speed. So yeah, we're expecting a pretty fierce one in there.
Hey, we spoke to Brodie Grundy yesterday. Tried to get as much as we could out of him, but it wasn't too giving. He didn't know that we've won the last 7. Do our guys know that?
I'm sure there's a few, you know, when you play well against the opposition you come up against, you tend to go back into your form line, no doubt. So I'm sure the boys that have been there, for the majority of them, know that we've got a good record against them, especially at home as well. You know, we feel like tomorrow night's going to be a real fortress in front of hopefully a really strong Port Adelaide crowd, which gives us a little bit more of an edge. So, you know, good form always tends to make you feel better and goes in with a little bit more confidence, but probably a slightly different Sydney team than what we've played previously.
Now, I'll tell you what, it'll be a ripping crowd. They'll get down there, they'll support them. It's going to be 8 in a row, my friend. You go out there and get them, mate.
No, appreciate it, boys.
Well done.
Luke Kelly, midfield assistant at Port Adelaide, our guest, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. It's a big opportunity,
massive,
with Sydney knowing that they have to get back into winning form. Port Adelaide going, hey, we know there's finals on the line. Should be cracking.
I've got you again this Saturday. The AFL is set to ban broadcasters from using only white men to cover the game. So we're talking 7. We're talking Fox. We're a broadcaster, so radio.
Yep. Us.
So all of us. The AFL's introduced, this is fact, a social inclusion clause into the next broadcasting rights. Now,
when do they start?
Well, they're bidding now. So
it'll be as of next year.
Absolutely.
Well, it's already done.
Yeah,
it's done.
Yeah.
So the broadcast deal's done. It's all signed off. It begins next year. Goes till 2031.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So this clause comes in as of next year.
Correct.
It's already been signed off.
So it's just
nice knowing you. That's
well, I just think it's another example of the woke, left, politically correct AFL that tell us what to do and tell us how to think. And I know for a fact that most Australians, if not all, have been brought up about inclusion. I know we have. We live it in our workplace. We live it in the streets, our family, my kids. Inclusion is a big part of the culture of what we have. Whatever happened to just hire the best person for the job? White, black, pink, indigo, violet, male, female, Asian. It's called competition. And you bring in policies like this, it just erodes that. Look, and it devalues and it lessens the product.
What it feels like is it sort of feels like a forced issue rather than a natural osmosis issue. And when I say that, you're right. I grew up where all the immigrants went in housing trust. So, you know, everybody that came to Australia went into housing trust. So you're right. We grew up with all different sort of immigrants and the like, and you don't care. You just grow up. It's a friend or it's not a friend, and you get on your bike and you go for a ride and all the rest of it.
And my name was Stavros.
Correct.
And I'm basically Greek.
And they taught you about things that
you
didn't know about, which is awesome. But what I'm saying here is, as we've seen the game have inclusiveness come into it, we've seen all the varieties of immigrants to Australia start to play the game. I'm talking about Aliir, he's playing 150 games. Eventually, that will come into The commentary box.
It's a kick.
You will see Aliir in a commentary box.
Of course it will.
You will see
will.
one of the superstars like an Aaron Phillips, well, we're already seeing it, in the commentary box. You will see that bleed out into. It's just natural. It'll happen. The game's changing, and it has changed over 150 years. It'll continue to change, but let it happen.
That's right.
By osmosis, natural.
Well said. Couldn't have said that better myself. In actual fact, I probably would never have said that. I'm glad I've got you, Timmy. But I am sick to death of the AFL forcing stuff down our throats. These people have paid, including us, a lot of money for the right. We want to put on the best product. Let us hire the best person for the job. I said. Let's just do a quick straw poll. Why not? From the fans. 822 300 00. Got a bottle of Rusden Black Gut Shiraz.
Good.
Should the AFL introduce a social inclusion clause into the next broadcast deal? Well, we know they have. Yay or nay? Just a back of the napkin, yay or nay?
So this applies purely for Fox and Channel 7, the TV broadcast.
I think it's going to roll out into us.
Well, at the moment it isn't, but that's only for TV as we speak. So it's an interesting one. Is that what you like? 822 300 00. Black Gut Shiraz. We are taking your calls.
I am getting sick to death of the woke left, politically correct AFL. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Hope that gets across the border. Hello, Alex.
G'day, Alex.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, good, thank you.
Alex.
Now, I've got a question regarding the transgender boxer. You know, all the competitors that are scheduled to fight against this athlete, why don't they protest and say, right, I'm not participating? So
Alex,
that way,
you know, the thing is, the more we read about it, the more people comment about it. Apparently this young person was born a female.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, I didn't hear that part.
That's put a kyber on the whole argument.
So
it's a female with high testosterone.
So sources are coming out today that Iman has been disqualified from competing at World Champs in the past because an XY chromosome, which equals a male, has been come up in gender tests.
Detected.
However, there are sources coming out that this person was born a female as well. So we're not really sure where it sits right now, but that is what's being released.
Well, me being a female, all right, this now changes things. If she's born a female, attained that Leo's maybe female, or whether it is or it isn't, again, it's not it.
Alex, your phone's breaking up. Go again.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Go
can
quickly,
you hear me?
quickly, go now.
Don't move.
Okay. If she was born a female with female genitalia, and it's just the chemical side of things, the DNA, where it's a bit iffy, well, technically she's a female. Might be on the stronger side because she's got a bit more testosterone.
Yeah, Alex, this is what I do know. The Italian lass is a two-time world champion, one of the best women for her weight in the world. In 46 seconds, she got hit twice, and in her words, I've never been hit like that in my life. It's unfair. Went on to say another couple of other things. Broke her nose, nearly broke her jaw. This person, who's transgender, if she is or she isn't, she is very, very strong.
Just quickly, looking at the Unique Homestyle Food text line, a couple of calls that we're going to get back to shortly in the program for that Black Guts. Around their social inclusion on the commentary side of things, the AFL, lots of no's. I haven't seen a yes yet.
Of course it is.
Not one.
I'll tell you what I have seen.
It's called competition.
You guys sort of set me up at the beginning of the show. Oh, you wanted me to pronounce that very good NBA player.
Giannis.
Yeah, but you've been working on your linguistic skills.
I've been trying. Well, I've failed obviously miserably because I've had a text come through and said, working on your pronunciation, hey, Juniper. Well, you butchered it. You said Tansman instead of Tamsin. What did I say about Zarev? I said something else.
Zarev, I think.
Yeah, that wrong. Yeah. But he said Naomi instead of Noemi, but it is Noemi.
That's actually Noemi. That is correct.
So I get a ding for that
You
one.
do.
So the others I have to fall on the sword and say, yes, no, murdered it. So I will get them right. But part of that is owning your mistakes and working on it to get better.
Let me tell you, captain at work, everybody. I made one mistake. It was spelt Claudia, pronounced Claudia, but her name's Claudia. And I reckon even the great Bruce McAvaney would have got that one right.
No, he would have done his research.
I know, that's what I said. Got it right.
4 years he would have got it right. Hey, let's do this.
'Cause I'm Tim Timmy G!
Let's send you off to the 5AA locker room. It's tomorrow night against the Swans at Adelaide Oval, 7 o'clock. If you want to be there, get involved with Timmy's quiz. He's going to play this right after the break. 8223 0055 if you want to take part. But right now, we'll check your roads. Get up to 40% off winter coats, jumpers, jackets and knitwear at Ignition for Men while stocks last.
G'day there. Kent Town, a crash to look out for. Jacketable terrace near PAC. Waterloo Corner, another crash there. Flinders Road near Tozer Road. And a crash at Elizabeth, Main North Road near Phillip Highway. Jeps Cross, urgent electrical works, Grange Junction Road near Balderstone Road, speeds at 40. Camera at Doothie Street, Melbourne. Buy a 907-gram tub of Chobani passion fruit or strawberry yogurt at Woolworths and Food Bank will donate 6 meals to families in need. Search Chobani Food Bank for more. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Here's some great news from Darren and Chris at ACET Transport Solutions. They've just added crane trucks on their fleet. These rigid trucks have their own crane for safe loading and unloading, perfect for the big stuff. With over 20 years of experience and over 200 vehicles in their fleet, there's plenty of rigid crane trucks on deck ready for your next delivery. Whatever the load, ACET Transport Solutions will handle your delivery safely. Don't just send it, ACET. Don't just send it, ACET.
The way we connect with listeners is changing. Radio, podcast, streaming, in-store, and the way to connect your business with millions of Aussie listeners every week is at Amplify. August 27 and 28 at Jama's Restaurant, Bowden. Tickets are free, but you need to register at audiorsvp.com.au. Hear how audio can change the way you do business for the better. Register now at audiorsvp.com.au.
Looking to book a winter break without breaking the bank? Yeah. Swap the sofa for a city stay, a starry night sky, a steamy spa, or an outback bar.
I like what you did there.
Yeah,
Reignite your sense of adventure by exploring South Australia. It comes alive in winter. It has fiery events, long lunches, world-class wine, awe-inspiring natural experiences, and it's time to winter our way in SA with a last-minute getaway.
Oh, brilliant. Imagine escaping to a cabin in the forest, cuddling up around a campfire, swimming with the cuttlefish. I said Port Augusta, it's Whyalla.
Don't
And I
mix
knew
that
it
up.
was. They do drivel there, but it is
true.
Whyalla.
Yep.
Or treating yourself to a city hotel stay. Leave the winter blues behind with the hottest deals on accommodation experience, and you'll come back refreshed.
Oh, will you? What? Visit southaustralia.com/holidays-deals. SA, winter our way.
Winter is here, and so are the camellias at Newman's Nursery. As always, Newman's boasts Adelaide's largest selection of Sasanqua and Japonica varieties. These are suitable for ground, hedging, espalier and topiary. The expert horticultural team is on hand to help you select the best plant for your conditions. New season's camellias are now in stock at Newman's Nursery. Tradition in quality. Newman's Nursery opens 7 days at 1361 North East Road, T2 Gully.
Harris Scarf clearance sale is on now. That's right, massive clearance sale on now. Save big on bedding, kitchen, electrical and women and men's clothing. Deals won't last, so hurry before it's gone. Exclusions apply. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices.
How's Frank going on the share market?
Well, you know, up and down. I've just made an investment of my own, though, and it's paying dividends already.
Oh, what is it?
These new shoes from Gilmore's, they're so comfy and supportive.
They look good too.
Frank invested in some, and now we go for a walk before the market opens. He reckons they're his best investment yet.
Gilmore's, hey? I think I need to add to my portfolio.
Gilmore's Comfort Shoes, South Road, Melrose Park.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
9 minutes to 5. Treaders coming up after 5 o'clock. We have Adam Kelly from the Crows momentarily about their game against the Cats tomorrow. And we have those 2 tickets to the Thunderbirds grand final still to give away. So stay listening if you want to get to the Ent Centre tomorrow night to cheer on our T-Birds. But right now...
I'm Timmy G! All right, Brian, your first cab off the rank. Here's Timmy.
Okay, Brian, the question is to get into the locker room. Port Adelaide's last game against the Swans at Football Park was in 2013. How much did Port win by? And I'm looking for points, the total points. So the hint is between 10 and 40. Go, Brian.
Oh, 26.
Thanks, Brian. Good man. Let's go to Matt. Now, Matt, it is between 10 and 26.
18.
Oh, he's the winner. Well done, Matt. Was that just a flat-out guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, well played, mate. You're in the 5AA locker room. I like it like that. That's the way I did my school. I love those multiple choice. Beautiful. Half-time Balfour's continuous 5-hour beverage package, all at this massive game, Port Adelaide locker room. Oh, the 5AA locker room, and it's all thanks to Port Adelaide. If you want your tickets, get to portadelaidefc.com.au. Well done, Matt.
Excellent work.
Plenty of text, unique homestyle food text. There are 2 soccer players that played against Matildas. I said to my husband, I bet the 2 of them shave. They look more like men than women. There was one particular player that scored 3 goals, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think a couple had previous high testosterone testing in the Zambia team. 2 of them, I think. So, yeah, I'm not sure what testing was done post-game when we got up 6-5.
Is there a saying, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck?
Yeah,
Let's go to our next guest.
Not in this case.
Crows take on Geelong in Geelong. I think it's going to be an Arctic condition. Joining us, GM of football, Adam Kelly. Kells, thanks for your time.
Afternoon, Rowey and Tim. Hope you're both well.
Yes, and I hope you are too over there. Do you have a policy for no long sleeves in Geelong?
No, we don't. No, I think there'll be a few of them rolling around tomorrow.
Okay.
Not too many, but I know a few of the boys do like the long sleeves.
Okay, we'll get into the serious stuff. Talk us through the Matt Crouch inclusion. Hasn't played for 8 weeks.
Yeah, look, I think for Matty, well, one, it's a recognition of his professionalism to get himself back and ready to play again in 2024 after initially we thought he could have missed the remainder of the season. So that's real credit to the pro that he is. And it's also a welcome addition back into the team given his form that he'd shown prior to the injury and the way in which he concluded the 2023 season. He's a really important player to us. So be good to get some experience back into that midfield group.
Yeah, and I guess that's the selection. It's a balance between not having too many youngsters in there, having some strong bodies against a team that's like that. So he's named in the 18, which means he can't be sub. So that would say to me, looking at your bench, it's either going to be Dan Curtin or Sam Berry.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't disclose that until tomorrow. But no, Matty will definitely be in the starting 22.
Yeah, okay. So 4 games left, finals we know is shot. What's the main goal or mantra for the team from here through? And if we read from selection, obviously it is still winning, but what is it? In words, what is it?
Yeah, look, we use that post or the mid-season bye period to really take a look at the way we'd gone about things in 24 year to date and then what we wanted to achieve in the balance of the season. And there's a certain style of footy that we want to produce week in, week out now. For the first 4 weeks post-bye, we felt like we made some real progress there, and the Hawthorn game was a real setback. So our focus will remain consistent in the way in which we want to play. And that word consistent is something we've been chasing now for the majority of the season, and something we'll certainly look to find in the last month of footy, because we want to finish the year strongly. We want to build momentum into 2025, and every week we get another opportunity to inform ourselves more about our list, the way we play our game, and really set ourselves up for next year.
So is there a philosophy from the selection or the coaches about getting the right games and the right players for the rest of the year? Let's just say there's a younger player up against like a Brodie Smith type. What will you do? Will you pick that lad over a Brodie Smith from here on in?
Yeah, I think first and foremost we'll always pick a team to win. That's been a really important part of our selection process, and that will remain that way. I think to your question and to give you an accurate answer, I think if there was 2 players who were in similar form and we thought we're going to have the same sort of impact on the game, and we've seen an opportunity to give some development to a younger player, we may lean that way. But as we sit here right now, we've already used 39 players on our list, which has been great as far as getting games into some of the youth on our list. But it also has come at the cost of some stability. So we're gonna have to tread that balance over the remainder of the year. And we know that at least giving some players, whether it be their first game, second, third or fourth, giving them a taste of AFL footy can really set up that off-season and pre-season for them. So that certainly is one of the objectives.
Oh, this is going to sound really harsh, and I love this kid, and it's hard to sit in this chair and do this, and I don't feel like it's potting from the cheap seats, but you call it as it is. I look at output, I look at numbers, I looked at value at team, hitting targets, tackles inside 50 and all that. How is Lockie Murphy still in your team, Adam?
Yeah, look, I think Lockie's one of those ones and understand the question, and I guess a lot of people who may just look at the stat sheet to understand impact may question at times Lockie's position in the team, but he plays a really important role within our team, and especially in the way in which we are able to defend the ground and put pressure on the opposition. Now, that won't always result in him being a player who's going to have a big impact when it comes to the stat sheet or to the scoreboard, but he's certainly a player that respects his role within the team, and his teammates really love him for that.
Hey, Adam, we're hard up on the news, but just one question. John Olsen, we keep talking to about how we're going with the Thebarton development. September 1st, he said we'll be able to shove the shovel in the ground. Do you have to go to Bunnings? Are we that close?
Oh.
Well, I'd be happy to get on the tools if it means we can fast-track the development. And, it's a really exciting time. Some of the animations that are now being shown about what the facility is going to look like, even getting into the detail of furnishings in coming weeks and months. It's a really exciting time for our players and the footy department, and one where we can't wait to get into Thebarton. Westlakes has served the club very well since '91, but there's a bright near future waiting for us at Thebarton, and we just can't wait to get there.
Well done, Kells. Thanks for that. I know it's a balance between youth and experience. It's a big test. It always is at Catania Park. If we can see our best for 4 quarters, I'll tick that box. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, gents.
Well done. Adam
See
Kelly,
Adam.
LA Crows. I know that's hard, but playing quality is also a good learning. Getting the right games and the right players is also learning. Dan Curtin cannot start as a sub tomorrow. That's not learning.
5 o'clock news coming up, Treaders afterwards, and still those Thunderbirds grand final tickets to give away.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Catch all the action from the Olympic Games in Paris as 5AA brings you Nines coverage live each evening from 11:30. Don't miss a minute of the action as our Aussie stars set their sights on gold medal glory. Tune in tonight following Leith Forest as we cross to France for Nines coverage. Paris 2024, live from 11:30 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
The latest local, national and international news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Down to 6 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 16. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Kerry Turner. Ramping figures have hit a shocking new record in July. Ambulances were stuck outside hospital emergency departments for 5,539 hours last month. That was up from 3,798 hours in June. Health Minister Chris Picton says it's because all the hospital beds are full.
There's no doubt it's a serious situation and we're treating it extremely seriously, opening up every possible bed that we can across the system. At the same time that we're seeing more patients stuck in our hospital system for longer who don't need to be there.
The Ambulance Employees Association says it's horrified by the latest figures, which are equivalent to 15 ambulance crews ramped and unavailable every single day. Some crews are working their entire 12-hour shifts on the ramp, some without a break. An Australian cyclist is on the road to recovery and has been medically cleared to fly home. 9 Radio's Katie Fuller reports from Paris.
Luke Plapp says he remembers the crash, which left him with a punctured body and bowel well.
There was just a lot of standing water in the roundabout, and unfortunately, I hit that and went sliding into the barrier.
The 23-year-old was taking part in a road time trial. He's since undergone abdominal surgery and has now made his way home to his European base in Spain. While Plapp says he's lucky to have escaped further injuries, he's disappointed with the way his Olympic dream panned out.
At the moment, I'm quite frustrated.
A US tech giant is cutting 15% of its workforce. Intel is looking to reduce costs by $10 billion as it deals with slower than expected revenue growth. The cuts will see about 15,000 people globally lose their jobs this year. 3 Americans are back on home soil after a prisoner swap deal with Russia. They were among 24 people who have been released after negotiations that also involved several European countries. American President Joe Biden says he understands concerns that the deal could encourage the arrests of more US citizens.
My job is to make sure, number one, they don't get them. If they do, we get them back. I don't buy this idea that you're going to let these people rot in jail because other people may be captured.
The Prime Minister is in Arnhem Land for the Garma Festival. The opening ceremony is currently underway. It's the first time the celebration of Indigenous culture has been held since the defeat of the Voice referendum last year. And a northern suburbs primary school teacher has been reunited with her pet cat after 2.5 years. Black and white cat George escaped a week after his owner Jessica moved into a new home in Davern Park in 2022. Then last month, the RSPCA received a report about a cat lingering around a workplace 10 kilometres away in Edinburgh. George was trapped and luckily was microchipped so he could be reunited with his very relieved owner. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Meet Crows and Port AFL stars at Sportscard World's Trade Day this Sunday, Regent Arcade, Rundle Mall.
Adelaide has made 4 changes for its clash against Geelong at the Cattery tomorrow. The Crows welcome back captain Jordan Dawson, along with Nick Murray, Matt Crouch and Josh Worrell. Assistant coach Scott Burns says it's going to be a tough away trip.
I think Giants are the ones that have had a good record down there. But yeah, they've just been a solid team for a long time now, Geelong, and they're always hard to beat, no matter whether it's down there or anywhere else.
Port Adelaide comes up against top of the table Sydney at Adelaide Oval tomorrow night. The Power taking an unchanged lineup into that game. Tonight the Bulldogs take on Melbourne while West Coast hosts the Suns. Excitement is building ahead of the Super Netball Grand Final tomorrow night. The Adelaide Thunderbirds host the Melbourne Vixens in their quest for back-to-back premierships. Mid-quarter Taylor Williams hopes the Pink Army is in full voice.
Obviously very, very exciting that we get the opportunity to play at home. Last year playing away was a bit different. Still had lots of friends and family there, but yeah, being able to play at home at the entertainment centre filled with so many of our T-Birds fans will be incredible and something quite different to last year.
And Cam McAvoy is well placed to become the first Australian to win an Olympic medal in the men's 50-metre freestyle. He has qualified equal fastest for the final, securing a middle lane. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Unleash the night at the Crazy Horse Review, where every show is unforgettable. Hindley Street.
G'day there. A few crates to look out for today. One at Kent Town on Decatterwood Terrace, just near Prince Alfred College there. Another smash at Waterloo Corner, Flinders Road near Tozer Road, and a smash at Elizabeth Main North Road near Phillip Highway. Slow for works at Chandler's Hill, Sugarloaf Road near Main Road, and got a camera tonight, Goodwood Road at Kennelite Gardens. Kentucky Fried Chicken presents the new Original Crispy series. It's double breaded, it's extra crispy, and it's out now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
To the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 6 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 16, partly cloudy on Sunday, 17, and for Monday, cloudy and 16. Right now, it's 14 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, Dream Team, Australia's Fab Four, dominate in the women's relay, claiming gold. See the special poolside moment with Queen Mary. Plus, a gender storm erupts in Paris after a boxer's 46-second win. Also tonight, ambulance ramping at Adelaide hospitals reaches an all-time high. And the end of the Aussie Shout. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Drums, please. Unprecedented, unparalleled, unrivaled. The demo sale continues. Edwardstown Mazda are offering a minimum 10% discount on all Mazda demonstrator models and 2 years free scheduled servicing or $1,000 genuine accessories on new cars. Plus get a minimum $2,000 on your old vehicle. Only at Edwardstown Mazda.
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda, the #1 destination for Mazda in SA. T's and C's apply.
There's nothing quite like a Sports Card World Trade Day. The anticipation in the air every time you hear this. The rush of finally seeing that card you've been hunting for years. The exciting guest appearances. New cards, rare cards, NBA, AFL, soccer, Pokemon, and so much more. You never know what'll show up. So don't miss the Sports Card World Trade Day, this weekend in Regent Arcade, Rundle Mall. Search Sports Card World for details.
The Posture Care Chair Company has moved to a new home at 107 Sturt Street between King William Street and Whitmore Square. Discover our tailor-made chairs crafted right here in Adelaide with our patented zero-gravity design. And say goodbye to all comfort complaints. Celebrate our grand opening with us and save up to $1,000 on your brand new tailor-made recliner chair. Plus, complimentary express build, plus free delivery. Come on in and visit our new place. The Posture Care Chair Company. T's and C's apply.
Hi, it's David Penberthy here with Martin Penny from Paint Professionals. Is it true that your dad actually painted for the royal family?
Yes, my father was handpicked to paint the Queen's bedroom, Charles and Di's honeymoon suite. Whether you're in Wayville or Morfett Vale or Springfoot or Glenelg, it really doesn't matter. To us, everybody deserves that same treatment.
So get your whole home painted or just a room. Get in touch like we did with Marty and his incredible team at Paint Professionals. Visit paintprofessionals.com.au. Paint Professionals, brush with the best.
The word home means a place where one lives permanently as a member of a family or household. But home is more than that, especially when it's a home you help plan and design. A home containing those little touches you ask for, built by tradespeople who settle for nothing less than the best, because they know this is a home you'll love for decades to come. So which SA builder will build the home you want? Rendition Homes, that's who. renditionhomes.com.au.
At CMAX Clinical Research, we're on a mission to revolutionise healthcare. By participating in a clinical trial, you can help pave the way for a potential treatment for primary biliary cholangitis. If you're aged 18 to 65 and generally healthy, you could be eligible for this CMAX study. Upon your successful participation, you'll be paid for your time and commitment to help advance medical research. See if you're eligible today. Log on to cmax.com.au and look for the PBC study to find out more.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back. It is 10 minutes after 5 on this Footy Friday for Rusden. Coming up, we have Terry McAuliffe to join us. Thunderbirds coach Tanya Obst ahead of their grand final. And if you want 2 tickets to the grand final for the Thunderbirds and Vixens at Entertainment Centre tomorrow, stay listening. We will be giving them away very, very soon. We'll take more of your calls for that bottle of Rusden Blackgut Shiraz, but it's time for us to scrub up. If you hop on the Foodland live stream, Treaders is here.
Treadray! 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 Warren Treadray. Thanks to Ignition for Men. For top brand tailored fitted men's suits and casual wear, see Ignition for Men. 54 Paynham Road, Stepney.
Warren Treadray, yes, looking very Ignition for Men. I noticed you come in, you sort of got their, you know, their half corporate, half casual look. You've got that one going.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's just a duffel jacket, isn't it?
Hey, but look at the
Whose
shirt.
number you got on the back?
Look at the shirt, very nice.
Wow.
And then he's got the sort of really nice
jeans.
pants. Yeah. So
And
no,
I've
he's
got
very
pointy
Ignition for
shoes
Men.
on.
And
Where
pointy
have you been?
shoes.
Was there a board meeting?
Yeah.
No, not a board
meeting.
No. Job interview?
Yeah, job interview.
Oh, yeah, I could do with that. What do you got for me?
Ignition for Men.
You want to fit windscreens?
No, Ignition for Men looking for a bloke, you know.
I can make
sort of fit
coffees.
people out.
Yeah, I could do that.
And they got a good coffee machine, so that won't be hard for you.
That'd be really good. I drink a lot.
Hey, Treaders, how many games did you play? 200
Of footy, 255 AFL.
255.
25 sample?
Yeah, so
Something like that.
you're up there.
Yeah.
It's got Pendlebury 400 games.
As I've just seen on Twitter.
Yeah. Now,
do you know how many fans he's played in front of?
This is crazy.
No, what's the number?
20 million.
Oh, blimey.
957,831 fans.
Wow. It's a lot
Jeez,
of
I hope
fans.
they click them all.
Well, yeah, and you know what the thing about that is? We did a stat yesterday because the guy said, how many times has he played in Darwin, Ballarat, Alice Springs, Cardinia Park? Number? 0.0. Can you believe it? And it was over 300 games. We're at the G or Marvel. Over 300 of the
At
400.
least he had to travel, though. Away to Marlon.
Down the road. And the big thing in WA, when Matty Pavlich played 350, they thought, that is just unreal. He's flown around the world
correct.
16 times.
500.
Hey,
That's
the
what I'm
positive,
saying.
the frequent flyer points.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
you get a trip to Europe every year.
But Pendlebury's played more than 300 games, still in Melbourne of his 400.
Yeah.
So he's been to Kangaroo Island and back.
That's about it.
Now travelling takes its toll, Tritters.
Definitely.
Yeah, it does.
So Pavlich's 350 is far better than...
Oh, no, you can't say
you don't
that.
play that game.
Don't say that. But...
I say that
That's
is
just
because one's a
typical me, isn't it?
midfielder, one's a forward. So I reckon life's harder as a forward. I lost the battle Monday night when I said defenders are only failed forwards.
Don't do it
They
again.
didn't go down too well.
No,
Sorry,
don't do it
Sorry,
again.
Tim Evans.
I'd pick Pav before Pendlebury.
Well, if you're picking a team.
All-Australian Pav. Ruck, Centerman,
No, he
back.
wasn't ruck.
No,
His forward midfield
Could
defence.
go on the
But
middle.
I do argue his
You know what I'm
defence.
saying?
His defence was Troy Simmons, the ruckman, come and stand on him and I'll just run off.
Yeah.
I was like, where's he going?
Yeah,
All right,
true.
pick one, Pav or Pendlebury.
Oh,
You're building a team.
oh, that
Apples
both.
and oranges, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
no,
apple
no,
and
well, but
oranges.
this is the thing. Who else is the next pick? Do I have Dangerfield as a next pick?
Yeah.
So for me,
Yeah, right.
it depends what's important. Absolutely a forward every day of the week. Silly question.
But I think
You build teams
you
around
take your hat
stars,
off. He's
forwards.
only one of 6, I think, that have
Oh,
played
it's amazing.
400. It is an amazing record. But as a player, he's always been, what would you say? It's hard to dislike him. You know,
Yeah.
He's a marvellous player. He's pretty humble. He doesn't carry on.
He's
He doesn't
clinical.
do those silly celebrations.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
get your point.
But
You just happened to raise it twice in the last week.
I brought it up
Mate,
this
I've been
morning
retired.
too.
I've been retired 14 years.
Yeah, but you did it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I know, and I'm happy I did it.
yeah,
But pick that scab back then.
Yeah, I'll be-
that wound's been healed.
We did.
I need to talk to Jake Lynch. Give me his number.
Yeah.
But he's been an incredible player. But I like the way he's gone about it. Probably that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, and I agree. A great leader. Yeah, you never heard him say anything silly. There's a couple of times he said some stuff that people didn't like, but it was only his truth and what he thought was his opinion.
And pretty rare, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty rare. And then a lot of those things came out when he started doing a podcast. I think it was for News Corp. With,
The old podcast.
Yeah, they catch you out from time to time. But I think the thing for him, and you look at different sports, Leighton Hewitt, local boy, we love him, Westlake's, Seaside Tennis Club, got to number 1 in the world, but then was wonderful, but then his weapon fell away, his body started to break down, so he couldn't get that extra thing. You look at all footballers, eventually your weapon falls away, whereas for me it was my fitness and repeated speed and agility, and when you get a knee injury, I just didn't have the power and strength anymore. I look at Pendlebury and go, he stayed fit, and probably if you look at all those guys, bar Sean Burgon, who's probably had some challenges, but he managed it really well. You look at KB, Tucky certainly, played 100 in the twos.
Resilient.
Harvey.
Boomer Harvey.
Fletcher.
They never lost their weapon.
Yeah. Harv was
Do you
still
know what they all
fast
are?
at
Yeah.
They're all
400
wiry.
yards.
Have a look at them all. They're all wiry.
But also, too, that
No
they never
fat.
lost their weapon. So if you look
Yeah.
at it and go, well, they rely on agility, they still had it. Scott Pendlebury relies on agility, beautiful skills and decision-making, which is the massive tick.
Elite.
But he's a great runner, but he's not a unbelievable sprinter. He's quick in, like, basketball circles. He's a former basketballer.
Correct.
So for me, he's kept his weapon, and his weapon was footy IQ, time in space, vision, awareness, where everyone else is. And that's the reason why he gets to
He's
400.
elite.
Yes, he's had a bit of luck too, not with injuries. If you have 3 knee recons, and
Yeah, it doesn't help.
yeah, that can knock you. But full credit to him. I don't know the guy, bar to say hello.
Yeah.
I've marvelled at his career, and he's always been a guy that stood up in key moments.
You'll have chances.
We'll see.
You'll see him at the Hall of Fame dinners. Can we beat Sydney? And
Yes.
if so, how?
How? Well, I look at where Sydney was, and I touched on it a bit on Monday, that you look at where their 3 big guys, Errol Gordon,
the best players.
Warner,
Yeah.
they're 3, and Heaney are their 3 most dominant mid-forwards. You look at just ranking points, and I don't like, I had this discussion with my son, he's all about fantasy, all my team and all that, but ranking points says you're getting plenty of the footy, you're efficient. That's what ranking points are. They've fallen off significantly. They're in the top 20 in the comp. The last 4 or 5 rounds, they're in the 50s or 60s.
Yep.
So Sydney's being challenged right now. They're in a great spot to be challenged because they're top.
yeah.
But right now, if you go a month ago, you go, geez, Port Sydney, it's probably not as daunting right now
No.
because Port's form's improved a bit
Yep.
and Sydney's has dropped off ever so slightly. Sydney have always got a pretty good record here.
We've
But the
got-
reality is we need to match them in the midfield.
We've beaten them last 7 times.
That many?
We've beaten them last 7 times.
Well, that certainly counts. That shocks me, to be honest.
Brodie Grundy didn't know.
No.
And we let him know.
Yeah, that's okay.
Alira has never lost to Sydney playing for Port.
But Brodie Grundy is the difference in that. So Sweetie's got a big challenge, Brodie Grundy, because if he gives them first use, then that can get their mojo going. But like every team,
doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Took it up to English,
he lists
didn't he?
for those opportunities. So I look at glass half full. First half felt like we were 10-goal behind last week. It was actually 25 points. Then you win the game of footy, and it looks pretty convincing from Port's perspective against a team, the Blues, who had less, recovering a few banged-up injuries. But you can only win who you play. So you know that Sydney haven't been at their best. It's a great opportunity, but also, too, know that they'll be doing everything they can to turn it around. So on your home deck, and if you're a Port fan, get there and cheer loud, because I like our chances, as opposed to probably a month ago when we were sort of teetering a bit.
Good call.
Warren Treadray is in the studio with us. If you'd like to call in, 8223 0000. We've got a Rusden Blackgut Shiraz. You can chat to Treaders. But right now, you've been waiting patiently. These are the last 2 tickets to give away to the Thunderbirds.
They're playing around with it, and Lucy Austin. Oh, my goodness. Well, the siren goes. The drought is over. It's a decade in the waiting, and the Adelaide Thunderbirds are going to take the trophy back home to South Australia.
The title last year was an unbelievable highlight. If you want to get along and watch our Adelaide Thunderbirds play against the Vixens in the Super Netball Grand Final at the Entertainment Centre tomorrow, 6:30, call in now and play our competition, 8223 0055. They will be tickets you will not want to miss out on. Let's take a break, check your traffic, get up to 40% off winter coats, jumpers, jackets and knitwear at Ignition for men while stocks last.
G'day there at Clearview, a crash, Hampstead Road near Grand Junction Road, another collision at Mile End, James Colton Drive near Rowey Terrace, and Kent, another smash to Kettleville Terrace near the Prince Alfred College. Got a prang at Elizabeth 2, Main North Road near Phillip Highway, getting busy Brighton Road, Brighton, with the camera at Goodwood Road at Colonel Light Gardens. Dan Murphy's don't match prices, they beat them. Heineken Lager 330ml bottles, 24 cases, $41.50. Online offer only, ends today. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's time to say cheese to savings this winter at Coles. With Australian-made Coles Tasty Colby and Light cheese blocks. 1 kilo down to just $9.50. A kilo of cheese at a tasty $9.50. That's great value, hands down, at Coles.
Starring Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire, The Gay Divorcee was nominated for Best Picture at the 1934 Academy Awards. See it at the Capri Theatre August 4, screening at 3 p.m. Plus, live on stage prior to the movie, Michael Griffiths plays Cole Porter from 2 p.m. with the bar open from 1. Book your tickets now for this iconic comedy romance. The Gay Divorcee, plus Michael Griffiths plays Cole Porter, August 4 at the Capri Theatre. Tickets from $15 at capri.org.au.
Now, whether you're hunting down a rare collectible or just keen to swap cards with the kids, grandkids, Sports Card World is the place to be, especially on Trade Day. When is it, Stephen?
Yeah, well, it is. It's this Sunday from 12 to 2. It's set to be another big trade day. Head along to the Sports Card World. It's in Region Arcade. If you head off of Grenfell, it's on the left. Not far down, maybe 20 metres, 3 or 4 shops.
Yeah, what, just down here?
Yeah, that's it. Not far at all. Matt and Ben are there. They're just bloody ripping blokes. What they don't know about cards. You can even meet some in flesh, like Port Power's DBJ from 12 to 1, or Crow's Gun, Jake Saligo. They call him the Fridge from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.
That's interesting, that nickname, because normally a bigger person is called the Fridge.
Have you seen how broad he is, how wide he is?
No, not really.
When he came in the other day, he had to come in sideways through that door.
Well,
He's very wide.
Well, there you go.
He wears size 48 shorts.
I'll have to get a cardboard card of him. Simple as that. Where
Yeah.
from?
Done.
Sports Card World.
Yeah.
If you've got some cards, come and see the boys, and that's your best chance to get them signed by him, shoulders and all.
Yeah, Pokemon cards, NBA cards and more. So take your cards, meet some AFL stars, rub shoulders with other local collectors. That is this Sunday, 12 to 2, Sports Card World, Trade Day, Region Arcade, just off Rundle Mall.
Hi, Brady Bitt here from Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda, and it seems you like them too. The free rego and stamp duty offer was so huge, it's back. That's 12 months of rego and stamp duty. Plus, they'll also chuck in $500 worth of accessories. They tell me the red ones are going fast. Mawson Lakes Mazda. Free rego and stamp duty and $500 worth of extras on all new Mazdas until August 31st. Mawson Lakes Mazda. Just a short drive from the city.
The way we connect with listeners is changing. Radio, podcast, streaming, in-store, and the way to connect your business with millions of Aussie listeners every week is at Amplify. August 27 and 28 at Jama's Restaurant, Bowden. Tickets are free, but you need to register at audiorsvp.com.au. Hear how audio can change the way you do business for the better. Register now at audiorsvp.com.au.
Transform your outdoor space and turn it into a great year-round entertainment area with an opening and closing roof from Louver House. Our Louver House roof will let in the perfect combination of airflow and sunlight, so you can entertain no matter the weather. Best of all, they're manufactured right here in SA with rain sensors and options like LED lighting. Find out more with a free design measure and quote. See the light with Louver House. louverhouse.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back. It is 23 minutes after 5. Treaders is in the building, all thanks for Ignition for Men. But right now we want to get you to the Suncorp Super Netball Grand Final.
Yeah, I don't think we've had hotter tickets in our time on the sports show. It's unbelievable. People just dying for these. And it's the Adelaide Thunderbirds Grand Final v the Vixens. Saturday night, Ent Centre, 6:30. Now, what you have to do is to finish the lyrics. Now, you've probably seen this on telly, you know, where they have to finish the lyrics and the like. All you got to do is sing the next line, and it's got to be verbatim, word for word. I don't care about your tone. If you can't sing, doesn't matter, but you've got to get it right. Let's go to Halloran Hill. Jake, you've got the first opportunity. Jake, you ready?
I'm ready, thanks, guys.
Okay, we'll play the song. You got to finish the line word for word.
This is the Adelaide Thunderbirds team song. Good luck, Jake.
Now the boys are back in town, no strings to hold them down.
Jake, you're out. Pete from Pasadena, go.
Pete.
Onwards to victory.
Nah, you're out. Andy from
Pete.
Albert Park.
Andy.
Yeah, pass. See you later, boys.
This is one of the most famous songs in town.
So let's play it again. Matt's our next
here
contestant.
we
Matt,
go.
listen again.
Have a listen. Matt?
Shake down the thunder from the sky.
Yes! Matty boy!
Congratulations,
Nailed
mate. You're going on the Thunderbirds Grand Final. Who's going with you?
I'm taking the wife.
Yes!
Oh, mate,
I'll tell you
you'll
what,
love it.
It's going to be
Thanks,
awesome,
guys.
mate. We're going to
Thank
go
you.
back to back. Well done, mate. And how did you know the song?
you.
How did you know it?
Oh, it's an old favourite, old classic. Of course we had to know it.
Ah, good man, Matt. Good on you, mate. Treaders, you would have
Yeah, I know that.
recognised it?
I know that one. I didn't actually know the Thunderbirds. That was
Yeah.
their song as well.
Yeah.
And the Sydney Swans have a very similar, well, the same song, but a few
Yep.
different lyrics.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, a few different words.
If they win, I'll hum it out of respect for them, but it's not my favourite song.
I think it...
Well, it caused you a lot of stress and anxiety
it
and,
has.
and pain over
Yes.
the years.
that's
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
And
so it's about time you dealt with it.
It's
Yeah.
P-
I'll
Sing
hum
it, embrace it.
PTSD.
Yeah.
Actually, I looked it up because I have the book of all the club's club songs,
Yeah.
and it's the Notre Dame marching song or something.
Okay.
So it's an old tune,
There you go.
obviously. Yeah.
Shake down the thunder from the sky.
That's the
Interesting words, then.
Whether the
Yeah.
odds be great or be small, we'll come out and win overall.
While the players keep on fighting,
Onwards to victory.
Didn't take much, did it?
Oh, God.
Now, earlier in the show, we were talking about the commentary broadcast
Yes, now
rights.
Treaders,
Yeah.
the AFL is set to ban broadcasters from using white men to cover the game, quote unquote. The AFL has introduced a social inclusion clause into the next broadcasting rights, which start next year. It's Fox and Seven. So in other words, it can't be all of us. There's got to be and I'm going to call it, and I'll get shot down for this, the token whatever, the token whatever, and the token whatever. For words
Well,
of
it's not
inclusion.
when you first think, I'm not sure how I've read it is, it's not banning the white male, like you said.
No, there's too many of us
Yeah, well,
and there needs
I
to be...
I think what this is clearly government-led, I would assume, because the government has employment quotas and all that sort of stuff.
Hang on, the AFL has a commission. It's the governing body.
Yeah,
they
but
can tell whoever they want to go and get Nick.
Yeah, but you also
this
want
is
government.
woke,
You also
left
want
political correctness.
I'm not going to disagree with that, but it could be that. But the thing is, a lot of it is government funding. Comes with
what
that. And when you
percentage
get
of their
government
turnover is government funding?
I don't know.
You're lucky to be 5%.
In COVID, it wasn't. It was huge.
Well, yeah.
But funding and
but
support. But what
they're on the back of the growth of women in football.
Is, like anything, right? And I get there's elements of society who need support because we need to make sure everyone gets an equal opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But my biggest bit here is simply on media. When I'm a consumer, I want the best people in those roles who are the most qualified.
And so does the owner of those broadcasters.
Yeah, and also, too, there's our employer, FIVEAA. If I'm not performing in my job, like you boys are or aren't, we would be defined by our employment. So, yeah, I find this interesting. But if someone did say to me that this has happened for a few years anyway, this is what people have talked about. Because we are seeing a lot more females in the broadcast.
Because they're good at it.
Yes, and we're seeing...
They'll naturally get the job if they're good.
Indigenous guys who are former,
stars.
Whether you talk Indigenous or non-Indigenous, for me it's footballers, former footballers who are great broadcasters.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, and that's how I think we should look at it.
But we're not.
But why aren't we?
Well, because they brought in a social inclusion clause, which would say to me that if you're an owner of Seven or Fox, when you go to do your fleet or stable of talent, you're going to have the token, and I'm going to A, B, C, D, and E.
But I'm saying right now...
They're telling you who you can employ and what numbers.
They've actually, what it looks like it's been written into a contract. That's what's been reported. The only difference with that is it wasn't written into a contract before, but we've always... there's been a transition. Kelly Underwood was the first female to call AFL football.
And how's she
going?
How's she going? How's she going?
That's probably 15 years
She's a
ago.
good caller. Yeah. Is she the best caller in the comp? I don't believe so. But she's a good, solid caller of the game, and it's not an easy job.
So do you agree with it? 82230000.
Got Mick at Gola. G'day, Mick.
Yeah, g'day, mate. I reckon it's a great idea. I reckon you probably, especially Rowey, should probably check his privilege a little bit there. I think,
it's not a privilege. If I transgress, I get sacked. If we don't rate, I get sacked. Mick.
Yeah, but it's easy for, you guys, you're all sitting there, you're all sort of like, the same sort of, you're all white, and you've got privilege, Basically, how does anyone break into the industry that maybe doesn't have that privilege?
Yeah, well,
how's it a privilege?
I'm not sure I've had a privilege when I did a media cadetship at 18 years of age. And I can take that angle that you're saying, yep, white people get a bigger chance than whoever, right? But I know personally, I did a media cadetship at...
I'm not going to defend my position
about
here,
20
Mick.
years of
Mick, if you want to be a woke, politically correct lefty, well then good on you. Hello, Mark.
G'day, James. How are you?
Good, Mark.
I think you've pretty much all summed it up, boys, and I'm sitting on your side of the fence. There's no reason why this sort of behaviour should implement in our society. I mean, we live in a democracy, don't we? It's not a dictatorship. And I know if I was on the hiring end, I want to hire who I want for the job and who's best for the job. Not be
correct.
Some little birdie on my shoulder telling me exactly to choose this person because we need to equalise numbers. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's where we're heading, and the AFL's going in that part. I want to get back to Mark. I've worked bloody hard for everything I've done in my life. Nothing's been handed to me. Nothing. There's no privilege of that.
Mark, that was Mick.
Mick.
How many years of Sunday roast did you do before you got this gig?
Years. Yeah. Got up early, did all the hard shifts.
All right, let's go to
if
Barry.
That's privilege, you can go and get
G'day,
stuffed.
Barry.
I hate people like that. G'day, Barry.
Good evening, boys. How are you? Look, I am getting sick and tired of the AFL trying to shove things down our throat. There are commentators out there I can't stand, and if they're on a game, I'll turn it over. That's it.
And you know what? As a listener, a viewer, that is your right. Because next year, what is interesting, we talk about these broadcast rights. Fox will have their own commentary teams on every single AFL game. Where under the current rights, which is the last year of the current rights, is that Fox, we see them, if you've got a Foxtel at home or KO, you'll see the Fox team in a studio in Melbourne or throw to a boundary rider in Perth or Adelaide, and the call actually happens from a Seven commentary and they take that stream. Next year, it'll be either pick all Seven or all Fox, either pay TV or free to air, or both have 2 digital channels.
Okay. Hey, this person can have the last say. I always presumed Rowey was the total inclusion as someone that had a mentally challenged disability.
We'll dump that.
Would you dump that?
No, you can't do that, mate. Thanks very much for coming in. Really
Did you
appreciate
dump
it.
that?
There is plenty of reasons to see Ignition for
funny.
Men, and here's another one. Don't know if you know this, 40% off all winter coats, jumpers, jackets and knitwear
Where do you think
during
I got
their
this?
Renault sale. Is that what you did?
You're
sneaky
sharp
bugger.
today.
Only while stocks last.
Thank you for dressing
And
like you have, boys.
Ignition for
Makes
Men.
me feel good.
They're at 54 Panham Road.
Get in there.
Stepney.
Weddings, whole lot. They do everything.
You're as sharp as a bowling ball.
Apologies to the newsroom. We're a little bit late. We have Tanya Ops coming up next from the Thunderbirds.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good evening, Kerry Turner with the latest news headlines. The Ambulance Employees Association says the latest ramping figures are equivalent to 15 ambulance crews ramped and unavailable every single day. Airlines are bracing for significant disruptions, with aviation warnings upgraded as tensions in the Middle East escalate. Thousands of Model Y and Model 3 Teslas are being recalled over a bonnet issue. And in sport, the Stadium Athletics program gets underway at the Paris Olympics. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Crash at Clearview to look out for tonight. Hampstead Road near Grand Junction Road. At Mile End, another collision. James Colton Drive near Railway Terrace. Jeps Cross, Urgent Electrical Works. Grand Junction Road near Balderstone Road. Got speeds at 40. And we're slow for works at Chandler's Hill. Sugarloaf Road near Main Road. Getting busy at Brighton Road near Marlborough Street, with a camera at Mortimer Street at Karata Park. The Guzmani Gomez Curly Burrito with its Chipotle seasoned fries, choice of filling, fresh pico de gallo, guac, sour cream and more. It's legendary, only at GYG. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast down to 6 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 16. Right now it's 13 degrees. More news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
What about that Chinese swimmer having a sook about Kyle Chalmers? His comments were absurd. He said, Kyle walked past him and didn't look at him. It's just crazy.
Yeah, entirely bizarre.
It's funny how such a big, powerful country can have such a sort of glass jaw, like a real persecution complex about things.
It's clearly a cultural difference.
It's funny, isn't it?
It's a total cultural thing.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
HTFU, China.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Winter is here, and so are the camellias at Newman's Nursery. As always, Newman's boasts Adelaide's largest selection of Sasanqua and Japonica varieties. These are suitable for ground, hedging, espalier and topiary. The expert horticultural team is on hand to help you select the best plant for your conditions. New season's camellias are now in stock at Newman's Nursery. Tradition in quality. Newman's Nursery open 7 days at 1361 North East Road, T2 Gully.
Make it, build it, live it. It's the philosophy Rendition Homes have believed in for over 30 years. To make it, right from the start, you're involved with all design, colours and selections of your dream home. To build it, Rendition Homes use only the best quality artisan tradespeople to craft your dream home. And to live it, simple. It's where you get to enjoy family life that you've always wanted. In your dream home. That's make it, build it, live it. The Rendition Way. renditionhomes.com.au.
CMAX are looking for individuals to contribute to medical research. COVID is an ongoing challenge to public health globally. Now, local Aussies can get involved to help make a difference and trial a new potential treatment. If you're aged 18 to 60, you may be eligible to take part, and all participants are paid upon completion of the trial. Visit cmax.com.au and look for the COVID study to register your interest today. That's cmax.com.au.
G'day, Frank. Any tips today? Bob, I've got a great tip today. Probably my best investment tip for the year. Well, Gilmore's. Gilmore's? Gilmore's Comfort Shoes. I went the other day. I couldn't believe their range and their service was great. I got these American-made shoes called SAS. Impressive. And I'm fussy. Nah. Yeah, haha, but these really are the most comfortable shoes I've ever bought. So my tip, go to Gilmore's for a great shoe investment.
Gilmore's Comfort Shoes, South Road, Melrose Park.
When you're cooking up a seafood storm, go straight to the people that process and distribute it. Samtas Seafoods, the best quality and best prices for all of your seafood. Load up your freezer and mix and match up to 4 kilograms of premium seafood for just $60. And what about the range? Atlantic salmon portions, flathead and barramundi fillets, crumb gar, salt and pepper squid, crumb prawns and more. Mix and match 4 kilos for just $60. Only at Samtas Seafoods, open 7 days, Factory Direct, Richmond Road, Richmond.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 23 minutes to 6. Terry McAuliffe is coming up very soon from racing.com with your tips. And we're taking your calls still. 8223 0000 is the number if you call in. Our best caller of the night is going to win themselves a Rusden Blackgut Shiraz. Timmy?
Well, a massive grand final here in Adelaide at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. 6:30 Saturday. It's the Vixens versus our Thunderbirds. We have the coach on the line, Tanya Obst. Welcome.
Hello, boys. How are we?
I suppose all preparation is done. It's now a matter of execution. Is that how you're feeling, or the nerves are coming in?
Yeah, look, I was really nervous early in the week, if I'm honest. And then we've sort of had our training sessions, and I think, you know, we've trained pretty well. You know, good intensity, which I think eases some of those nerves. But probably more excitement now. Let's just get this game over and done with.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge game. There's no doubt about that. How did you have to adjust the game plan? Because you've gone from Eleanor Cardwell to Romelda Aiken-George. I was talking to Marg Angove about it last night. It's been an incredible adjustment. And just over one pre-season, the way you've been able to feed it into her underneath the net has been incredible.
Yeah, look, it's been quite a different sort of forward line. You know, I suppose Romelda is a seasoned campaigner, so her ability to bring others into the game has been great. And, you know, I think that's also helped Lauren Frew, who's been, you know, a rookie this year. Georgie Horgis, I think, is probably one of the smartest players in the competition. So, you know, we've had to adapt, but we've certainly, what I've noticed is, you know, it's a bit clunky to start with, and probably this second half of the year we've really started to find our groove with that, and just even elements of where we still feel we can get better.
Last year you won away, you won magnificently. It was a tough lead in, some unbelievable epic games. This year you've come in winning the semi by 25. You got a home grand final, you've had a week off. Does that bring any extra pressure? How have you prepared them mentally, Tanya?
Yeah, look, you know, in all honesty, last year was a bit of a fairy tale, a bit like being on a roller coaster. You know, you just get in the seat and away you go and hold on, and hopefully you're still there at the end. And it was fantastic. I think what we've been able to do this year is be a little bit more in control of what we wanted to do. I think the players who were there understand now and have that belief of what it takes to win. And we recruited a lot of experience as well. And look, we're not expecting the game to be like it was the semi-final. The Vixens are a very proud team with very good players in that team. And they'll be coming out, you know, we're expecting a very ferocious start. And, you know, we're ready for that. So a few little, you know, fine-tuned things, a little bit more awareness of where we might have some different things thrown at us. But really, again, about our process and executing our game plan, which we know should hold up.
Your defence is next level, no question. Look at the numbers. I love your rotation and your flexibility. But Tanya, just hear me out here and you can shoot me down. Round 2, the Vixens got you by a goal. Round 12, you played them. You won by 15 goals. You met them in the semi-final. You won by 25 goals. I think it's a 30-goal result. You've got... I'll take that.
It's just a sequence of numbers.
Hey, look,
It is.
I'll take it as well. Yeah, I'll take it as well. You know, we certainly, the close ones are great for the spectators, not so great for the coaches. But, yeah, I think that's been probably a bit of the way our season has been. You know, it has been a newish team, and we had a shortened pre-season, but we were pretty clear on what we wanted to do, and it was then just, I suppose we've had to iron out things as we've gone through the season. Again, look, if we can win, that'd be fantastic. If we can do it in double figures, that's great. But, however we can get the win is what we'll take.
Yeah, no percentage here. Tanya, Rowey mentioned about the rotation work that you've done, and that is impressive. I'm a huge Hannah Petty fan. Will she start?
Well, between you and me, I'll let you know to another time. But, yeah, look, Hannah, what a tremendous captain she is and what a leader. She's, very selfless. She actually hasn't started a game this year. Injury sort of did interrupt her pre-season, but what she's been able to do when she comes onto the court has been tremendous, and whether that's been in wing defence or centre. And I think that's really been a strength of our team, and a luxury that I've actually got is that we can rotate and put fresh legs on and change things up if things are starting to, go perhaps that we're not expecting, or we want to, expose things in other areas. So, full praise for Hannah. Love what she's able to do.
Tanya, you mentioned Georgie Hoare just now. Is there an All-Australian team or a Suncorp Super Team of the Year or something that goes on? What happens? Because she had to be in it.
Yeah, look, I think there is, Timmy. I'm not too sure when that all happens, but I think Georgie is 22 years of age, but she plays like she's 32. I think she's been on that netball court for about 20 years with the way she's able to just see things and play sort of, 3 passes ahead and then 3 passes after hers. So, I think, her growth this year, again, has just got better. She's in her, 22, she's in her I think this is her 5th year, which is just tremendous. And, George obviously had her Diamonds squad selection, and she's, very proud of that, like we all are. But, of course, she wants to add another premiership to her name as well.
The Entertainment Centre sold out in a record time. Try and get a ticket. We're lucky enough, we're going to give away 2 to a lucky Thunderbirds fan tonight, Tanya. It's been unbelievable. Does that home crowd, and I've never met a crowd so loud, does it bring extra pressure? How do you embrace it? What's the messaging you say to the girls about crowds? 'Cause they can work for you or against you sometimes like this.
Yeah, look, we have absolutely loved our move to the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. There is no doubt. We've nearly been sold out most of our games. It's been fantastic, the way we've been able to sort of showcase the entertainment factor, not just on the court. That's been pretty good, but then off the court as well. I think people come and have a great time and watch great netball, and there is no doubt the messaging for me is I know how parochial South Australians are, and, we're lucky that we are a one-team town here in Adelaide with the Thunderbirds, and we know that we've got 7 players on the court. We've got 3 sort of resis ready to come on, but we know we've also got one hell of a lot of support ready to be as our 8th player to get us over the line. So we want to play well for them. We obviously want to play well for us as a team, but there is no doubt that our Pink Army has been fantastic for us this year.
They certainly have. I think it's sort of added the impetus to the new development at Mile End, no doubt, I reckon. Yeah,
and that's probably one thing that you don't really sort of recognise when you are sort of coming along and doing well, and those sorts of things. All those things sort of happen, and that's been marvellous for our sport. That new stadium's going to be fantastic for grassroots right through to the elite for netball in South Australia, and if we continue to pack out the AEC, that'd be fantastic as well.
Tanya, your coaching journey's been quite incredible. It's just littered with success. Contact, state teams, Australian youth teams. There's one sin on your soul. I think we all have one. I played in an under-15 premiership for Nord, so that's my sin on my soul. And it's hard to get rid of. But you were involved in You were involved in an England gold medal in 2018, correct?
I was. Yes, I was.
I think you and I are going to have to go to church.
The Diamonds. It is funny how your past sort of happens. And that sort of came about. It was probably the journey that I was sort of meant to take there, and I was lucky enough with England to be able to experience a Com Games and a World Cup. I'm not sure that potentially may come about with the Aussie national team, and that's been a tremendous journey, and just very, very grateful to have that experience as well as the other ones.
Your club song, so when you, and hopefully go back to back, how does your club song go afterwards? How do you sing that? How does that go?
Oh, Timmy, you'd love it. I reckon you might just be able to add a couple of little words to it, and you will be joining in. And I've been very lucky to have been brought up around success with my local netball team contacts back in the day, but also around the Port Adelaide, what was Magpies Football Club at the time, and I can remember belting out that song a lot of time at the end of September, and we're Cheer the black, pink and the white.
Yes.
And it's a very easy one for me to remember. And initially when we first started it, we weren't winning too many games and we had to have the words on the board. But now we're able to belt it out, and we belt it out with pride, just like I've done many a times down at Alberton.
Well, I might block my ears, but just for you, Tanya, if you win, I might hum it.
I love it. He knows the words, don't worry.
Rowey. You'll get amongst it.
Well, let's hope
I will. You win, I will sing that loud and proud.
There's a promise.
All right.
There's a promise.
I'll be looking for you.
Brilliant. Hey, mate, 6:30, Saturday night, T-Birds up against the Vixens. It's going to be sensational. Let's hope you're singing it loud and proud. Tanya Hobbs, thank you very much for joining us.
Cheers. Thanks very much, guys.
What a job, Timmy.
Oh, awesome. Unbelievable. And she's done a marvellous job. Her coaching history is littered.
Unbelievable.
The first season, Nort wins. Now, a chance of going back to back.
Back to back.
How good.
Amazing. Let's check your traffic out there. Get up to 40% off winter coats, jumpers, jackets and knitwear at Ignition for Men while stocks last.
Few random showers passing through, so take it easy on greasy roads and look out for a crash at Clearview, Hampstead Road near Grand Junction Road. Another smash at Mile End, James Colton Drive near Railway Terrace, and slow for works at Clapham, Springbank Road near Alberta Avenue. Cameras, Tennyson Street, Karata Park and Waverley Ridge Road at Crafers West. Dan Murphy's don't match prices, they beat them. Forex Gold 375 mil cans, 30 block, just $40.50. Online only offer. Ends today. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
As news breaks across the morning, Jade Robert will be reporting live from the streets of Adelaide for 5AA Breakfast. If it's happening in our city, Jade will be there giving us all the details. Don't miss Jade Robert on the road thanks to Dutton's. Family owned for 75 years. Easy to do business with.
Hi, Brady Bitt here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda, and it seems you like them too. The free rego and stamp duty offer was so huge, it's back. That's 12 months of rego and stamp duty. Plus, they'll also chuck in $500 worth of accessories. They tell me the red ones are going fast. Mawson Lakes Mazda. Free rego and stamp duty and $500 worth of extras on all new Mazdas until August 31st. Mawson Lakes Mazda. Just a short drive from the city.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Rush into National Tiles now for our famous spend and save. Spend $500 and we'll only charge you $400. Spend $1,000 and we'll only charge you $750. Or spend $2,000 and we'll only charge you $1,450. Or $4,000 and we'll only charge you $2,750. Yes, the more you spend, the more you'll save. But you'll have to be quick. So rush into National Tiles, spend and save now. Conditions apply.
Got to say, we've all got favourites in life, and Rusden Wines, well, they're right up there with their beautiful wines they have. That beautiful on the hill at the Barossa, ancient soils, old vines, and every wine is first class.
Vinevale's got the best soil, the best climate. It is outstanding. What I do love about Rusden, they've been there for 5 or 6 generations. They've been great growers. Now they're one of the best winemakers in Christian and his whole family. But they love the region. They promote the region. So don't only go up and see them.
No.
Make sure you do, because it's a great experience. Their wine is exquisite. My favourite's the Black Guts, but they've got plenty of there. I actually might even open a little Uncle Willie's Port tonight.
Oh, nice. Nice weather for it.
Unbelievable fortified. So get up there, support the region, and support Christian, a great family friend of ours, and one of the best boutique winery experiences you'll have in the Barossa.
And you're right, they do promote everybody else.
They love it.
It's like a big family up there, no doubt. But they've been boasting 7 generations of grape growing experience and a very special patch of dirt. Everything is ideal. Trust me, go there, try all the wines, sit in there next to the fire. You won't be disappointed.
The Christian, the Ripper Creek, the Boundaries, the Black
Good
Guts,
Shepherd.
end up with a sand scrub. You like the Good Shepherd. Ripper Creek's only $20. Brilliant. So do yourself a favour, take a visit, go to the cellar door at the Barossa, make your next red a Rusden. Check out rusdenwines.com.au.
Here's some great news from Darren and Chris at ACET Transport Solutions. They've just added crane trucks on their fleet. These rigid trucks have their own crane for safe loading and unloading, perfect for the big stuff. With over 20 years of experience and over 200 vehicles in their fleet, there's plenty of rigid crane trucks on deck ready for your next delivery. Whatever the load, ACET Transport Solutions will handle your delivery safely. Don't just send it, ACET. Don't just send it, ACET.
This fresh $15.99 a kilo Aussie rump steak is so juicy you'll want to lick your plate, and your fork, and your steak knife. Okay, don't lick the steak knife. Aldi, good different.
Walco is making headlines again for SA's biggest cover-up. If you own a pool, it will affect you, in the best possible way. For those whose pool is the main feature of their yard, Walco offer a special mesh cover to keep debris and leaves out, while making your pool area look stunning all through winter. If looks matter, join the great cover-up and ask Walco about their stylish new mesh pool covers. Visit walco.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
7 minutes to 6. We're heading to 5AA football after 6 o'clock. It's Friday night footy at Marvel Stadium. We have the Western Bulldogs taking on Melbourne. The Bulldogs are only going to be wearing their Footscray strip with the collar and everything. Their retro-style Guernsey tonight.
And they'll be called Footscray.
They will.
As a bit of a... what would you say? A tip of the hat to the
They're coming.
retro times? Yeah,
They're midfield.
That'll be a really interesting game tonight. So that'll be live on 5AA. Terry McAuliffe to join us shortly as well.
Yeah, we've got Paul at Mount Barker. G'day, Paul.
Good afternoon, good evening. Something that got up my nose that Treader said about the Port Carlton game. The Carlton had an extra a day's less of rest. Well, that may be so. It's only one day. But we had to travel, whereas Carlton don't travel anyhow. So I don't see he's basically downplaying the win. And I don't
it was
agree.
a great win.
Oh, it was a good win, Paul, yeah.
Absolutely it was.
Yeah, I hope it
Great
wasn't.
win.
I don't think he was doing that, but it was a terrific second half. I thought they really dug deep.
There's too many of them saying because Carlton had less preparation time, less rest. And there was only 1 day difference. That's not going to make a lot of difference in today's professional association.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it was more two big players were out,
Yeah.
Mackay and that ruck snoozer, DeConning.
DeConning. I think that made probably a bit of a difference. But
Well done, Paul.
in
Your
the end,
team's coming,
you
mate.
can only beat who's there, and that's what they did. So,
They'll beat Sydney tomorrow too.
We'll see if this bloke's team can bounce back this week.
Timmy and Terry's tips.
G'day, Tez. I missed you last week. I heard Rowey took over the tipping, and we just looked up one of them. Dead last. Dragon face.
Yes. He said it was named after yourself, actually.
No, I said he's away on holidays with mates.
Right.
He'd look like a dragon face.
Right, okay.
And it came last.
It came last, and so did I. So there you go. How'd you go though, Tez? Did you get one?
I reckon my tips in recent weeks have been going as well as my football club, Carlton, actually.
Yeah, right, bugger. That's not good. Well, you'll be able to bounce back, surely.
Come on, Tez.
Yep, and look, I've tipped this before. Race 9, number 3, Wine Baron. I'm going to make the best on the program for the Wine Baron himself.
That takes one off for me. That's beautiful.
Or did you pick that as well, Tim?
I was indecisive about 2, so now that's allowed me to let that one go to Terry.
Okay.
Done. Race 9, number 3, Wine Baron.
Yeah, that's my best. Couple of roughies I like tomorrow, boys. Race 4, and I don't know if I've mentioned this horse before and how well it's named. Number 5, H. D'Amico.
Yeah.
So obviously named after Helen D'Amico, who streaked in the AFL Grand Final. The mother of H. D'Amico is a mare called Hot Streak. So I love that. Real bit of thought put into the naming of the horse. So race 4, number 5, H. D'Amico. It's about $15 or $16, as is race 8, number 6, Left Turn Clyde. I think they'll both run really well.
Is that the girl that streaked with the Carlton thing and Bill Stool gave her a hip and shoulder?
1982, I think. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Brucey Dool was the one that...
That's right.
was involved with her in the great shot of her streaking across the MCG.
Now, Left Turn Clyde, of course, from the famous Anyway But Loose with Clint Eastwood, wasn't it? There was a movie with the orangutan, and the orangutan put his fist out, turn left, Clyde. That's what it was about. Yeah, Left Turn Clyde. And he put his fist out.
Thanks for the education lesson.
There you go.
Timmy, anything in the 80s, he knows.
This may have even been the 70s. I don't know. It was a long time ago, let me tell you. So that is a good choice, Terry. Now, what you did for me, you cleaned it up for me, so that was nice. I've gone, now, I don't know about the pronunciation. I've had a bit of trouble tonight, Terry, to tell you the truth, with the Olympics. So this is Murray Bridge, race 5, number 7, Falangina?
Yeah, it's first run in SA, so I haven't seen it run before. It's been obviously running in Victoria for the Phillips Stakes, so I'd go with Falangina.
All right.
So, Tim, I think you're probably on the mark there. It's been well backed already.
Really?
There was good money for it last start, and it ran well, and there's been good money for it again tomorrow.
So it won't be paying
Well done,
$9.
Tez.
That's a bit of a bugger. And the other one's race 7, number 5, the Ballon d'Or. I'm going to stick with it. I missed out last
and
time.
my teammate John Kelton on Racing.com, who is one of the best former analysts, he's keen on it as well. Race 7, number 5, Ballon d'Or.
All right, mate. I reckon there's 4 winners for our people. And, go Left Turn Clyde.
Go the Blues, more to the point.
Go on, Tez.
Excellent work. It is a Friday. We are just about done, but we need to give away our bottle of Black Gut
Yes,
Shiraz.
who'd you like?
Do we like anyone that was sort of late in the show, early in the show particularly?
Oh, I thought, Mick gave it to Rowey a bit, so...
Mick you're going to give it to Mick!
Are you going to give it to him? Do not
Mick
give it
from
to him.
Gawler. Timmy, you're our captain. You want to give it to Mick?
No.
Come on, you can lead
he's
us.
refusing it. He's refusing it.
No, you can't. He was an absolute tool.
Well, I didn't mind the caller we just had about the Carlton game.
Paul from our Barker.
Yeah,
congratulations.
well,
you can have
well
the
done,
Rusden Black Gut Shiraz from Rusden Wines in the Barossa Valley, home of the Black Gut Shiraz.
I mean,
Go
that's
to
premium.
rusdenwines.com.au.
You don't give them away willy-nilly. This rooster can have the last say. Get your facts right, you peanut. Carlton do travel, okay? There's something about Carlton supporters. They're just so tense.
Well, it's tedious at the minute for them because their footies team, I don't know whether they're going to be in or out of finals the way they're playing.
They are the
they're on
easiest
edge.
to put a size 5 hook in the corner of the gob off.
A lot of teams are edgy at the moment too.
Oh.
It is a good time of year. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be
Love
back
it.
Monday. It's 1 minute to 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. The Saturday Sports Show. Graham Corns and KG Cunningham.
I gotta say, congratulations, stud.
Thank you.
You've become a grandfather.
Again for
the 5th time for your son Chad.
And Michaela.
And Michaela.
KG, I think it's a secret. I'm not sure we're allowed to tell the world yet.
Saturday mornings from 9.
Both well, yes. Brady waited till half time at least.
So
the
both well
game.
On 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Catching up with family and friends at home is always a special time. Make life easy with a welcome hand from your local Barnacle Bill. Win a Barnacle Bill treasure chest every week for a year. Enter the Barnacle Bill promotion today for your chance to win in the Barnacle Bill treasure chest giveaway. Fill out an entry form online for your chance to win a treasure chest every week for a year. It's Barnacle Bill for seafood and much, much more.
If working with NDIS plans is a source of confusion or frustration, there is an easy way forward. At Complete Care, you're given a client service manager. Think of them as a concierge, there to assist and recommend services as they're needed, from cleaning and home maintenance to social support and transportation. They're essential to our clients and always available to their loved ones. It's just one of the things we do that sets us apart. Trust client service managers from Complete Care with a K.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Down to 6 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 16. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Kerry Turner. Ramping figures have spiked in July, hitting a record high. A massive 5,539 hours were lost to ramping, up from 3,798 hours in June. Leah Watkins from the